So here we are, the final Euro 2020. Final podcast for the Euro 2020. Episode 7 now, I'm assuming. 7, 8. It'll be 8 this night. 8, not 7, 8. So, final Euro 2020 podcast, like I said. It's going to be an overall of the entire tournament and everything. But to start off with is congratulations to have to go out to Italy for winning the Euro 2020 over England. We'll get into that in a little while, but yeah, like I said, I want to congratulate Italy first. Absolutely dominated England. Obviously, the first 45 minutes, England played pretty well, quite exceptional to be honest in the first half. The first 45 minutes in England, but then Italy came through in the second half, played absolutely amazing football in the second half. Bit of controversy around that. I'll get into that in a minute and say the reasons behind it and whatnot. I'll put my opinions on it and my own twist. But yeah, Italy absolutely dominated the second half. So the second 45 minutes, Italy also dominated extra time. They had a hell of a lot more possession than England in the second half of the 45 minute and the extra time, which then led the game ended 1-1, and then it went to penalties. Which led Italy to win on penalties, and then Italy obviously won the Euro 2020. So, like I said, congratulations go out to Italy from a France fan. So yeah, congratulations Italy on winning the Euro 2020. Obviously, fair play to them as well, because, like I said, their work rate and effort, which produced the equaliser goal. Obviously, like I said, England dropped off too far when that happened. They weren't defending well, and the game came at them. But yeah, it was a well-deserved equaliser, which Italy got. So Italy kind of fully did deserve to win the Euro, and I was a bit happy about it as well because it was pretty much calmer for England because of the Denmark match. So I was kind of happy in that respect because I did say in the last podcast, I'd prefer for Italy to win because of the Denmark match, and obviously it's happened. So I'm kind of happy on that. Regrets, obviously, condolences to England, but it's karma. It's what you get for playing dirty and cheating against Denmark. Karma always comes back around, and it's just proof. The whole laser incident, the whole diving and all that. Like I said, if it wasn't for all of that, and then that own goal which Denmark produced. Denmark would have gone through to the final, and it would have been a Denmark v Italy anyway. So, like I said, yeah, it's karma on England's behalf, well-deserved karma, if I can say that the least. But yeah, as I was saying about possession, Italy had 71% possession in the second half, and at one point they got to 80% possession, and England only had like 20% tops in the second half, and then I was looking, it was between like 66 to 75% throughout the entire extra time that Italy had for possession. So I'm surprised Italy didn't actually put another goal or two in, especially in extra time, because of how well Italy were playing in the possession and the football that they were producing as well. But obviously people will say, well, the possession doesn't matter because folks are going to talk about how Italy had 70% possession this half and battered down England bunker because of it. Well, it's true though. Italy did bunker them down. But like I said, it's one of those things. Possession doesn't always matter because there's teams that you could have like 90% possession and still or you could even have 100%, 99.9% possession and still lose the game. That 0.1% possession could be a goal which leads a 1-0 win, which I doubt that'd never happen, right? But you never know. Fruity things have happened, but obviously the Leonardo Bonucci had the equalising goal. Obviously England fans weren't disappointed. Especially the fact that they conceded from set piece. Obviously, it was a brilliant save from Pickford, obviously to keep out Verratti's header. But then obviously it fell to Bonucci, who obviously fired the ball in to equalise 1-1. So it was a well-deserved equaliser. Really good set piece, to be honest. So it's like I said, Italy did deserve that goal. The early goal from Luke Shaw, which put England first, was it like 3 minutes in? Obviously, like I said, England did dominate literally all of the first half. I was surprised that England didn't get a second goal in the first half, but Italy, because obviously Italy was defending really poor in the first 45 minutes. But then I think with Mancini having probably a stern word with him at half time, I think that's what knocked Italy back into the game, and obviously for them to win Euros. I'm surprised England didn't capitalise in the extra time in a way, because obviously Chiesa, is that how you say his name? Chiesa. Obviously he was injured, which kind of gave England what they needed. You know, it gave them a lot, because Chiesa was by far probably the best player for Italy for the entire tournament. To be honest, Chiesa was absolute world class. And obviously, you know, it was hard to see Italy not scoring again with that, and obviously they didn't, and neither did England, which led to penalties. But yeah, England just didn't capitalise on anything, despite, you know, an injury, another player coming off. You know, Italy players were dropping like flies. Obviously, Chiesa, then Verratti, you know, two of the best. You know, everything did work in England's favour, but, you know, they didn't take that opportunity, and they just fell flat on their arse pretty much. But like I said, yeah, it's common. I'm quite happy. But there was also controversy around Italy as well, which I'm seeing every single England player at the moment on Twitter, TikTok, you name it. Every social media platform at the moment, England fans are kicking up a fuss for the Saka and Bonucci. Was it Bonucci at the back? Bonucci, one of them. I can't remember which one it was now. But obviously he grabbed hold of Saka. The thing is, though, it wasn't a red card. People say, "Oh, it should have been a red card. It should have been sent off, and then England would have got another goal, and then England would have got petty England fan." This is why I'm glad I'm not an England fan. So petty. They have to pick out this. Yeah, fair enough. It was pretty much a bad tackle, obviously, because he grabbed hold of Saka, and basically it didn't technically pull him. It was a tactical foul, and obviously a tactical foul like that with only one defender there, and you know the way the situation was, that is a yellow card. It's not a red card. So I kind of laughed at all. They said, "Oh, it was a red card because of this." I'm like, "Well, back up your claims. Give me a reason why." Yeah, it pulled him, but Saka made it worse than what it was, because if you really look at the whole situation, yeah, it got hold of him and it grabbed him, but Saka pushed himself backwards, so it technically Saka pushed himself into him a bit. So, you know, you have to take it from two angles. But yeah, it was a poor foul, I have to admit. But like I said, it wasn't a red card. It was a yellow card because of the situation and the players that were around them. Yeah, it was a tactical foul. It's a yellow card. It was nowhere near a red card, and that's what everyone's kicking up a fuss about. Like, and then, to top it off, some England fans have made a petition saying that Italy should be banned in Euro, and they've also set up another one saying that they should redo the Euros. I'm like, oh my god, just get over it. This is why I said I'm glad I'm not an England fan, because some of them are so petty. It's like, get over it. Yeah, you're lost. Yeah. Wipe your tears away, you know. There's always next time, you know. Because I said to my mate in the group chat last night, obviously, you know, I did say, like, you know, it was kind of calmer, you know, because the whole Denmark thing. But if England play like that, without, you know, the cheating, well, I'd say cheating, it's, you know, the diving and everything else, which, you know, like I said, it's calmer because of the Denmark. If they don't do that in, like, the World Cup, then again, the World Cup next year, I doubt it. I reckon England will only get to the quarters, because obviously there's a hell of a lot of better teams. A lot of more teams are going to adapt because of Euros, because of Euro 2020. So a lot of the teams are going to adapt now. And then you obviously got like Argentina, Brazil, Colombia. You've got other teams in there. So obviously England did get to the semi-final of the last World Cup in 2018, which France won. But I don't think they've got that intensity, because I reckon this is, especially Saka's, oh my god, Southgate has pretty much just ruined Saka. Why the hell Southgate, I'll give England this. Why the hell did Southgate allow a 19-year-old with hardly any experience, especially at taking penalties, to take the penalty which would decide if Italy had win? It was like the final penalty. They couldn't miss it. If England missed it, that's it. Italy win. Why did Southgate not put Jack Grealish, fucking Raheem Sterling on to take? Why did he put a 19-year-old in to take that ultimate goal, penalty, should I say? Like, it's just literally, Saka's confidence now is just gonna go away. I don't know why, if Southgate did that on purpose because of him at the Euro 1996. I don't know if he did that as like, as like revenge in a sense, because it's basically still stuck in '96. Is Gareth Southgate. But yeah, Saka's confidence is gonna go way down now because of that. That's what I mean. The whole team, in a sense, now, because of this whole situation, Euro and all that, England's confidence is going to be not, which is why I think they're not going to get past the quarterfinals at the World Cup next year. And obviously, it's in quarter anyway, but so it's going to be like 40-degree heat. And we all know England are pretty poor in heat, especially heat. Like it is in quarter, it's like a desert sauna heat over there. It's very, very warm, especially when they're playing it during summertime as well. So it can get to like 45-50-degree heat. It's like Dubai, because it's like a desert area. Like Dubai can get up to like 50 degrees sometimes, and like Quarto can as well. So it's going to be very, very, very warm. So a lot of teams are going to be under a lot of pressure, and it's like who can play better in like degree heat. But yeah, as I was saying, I did say to my mate in the group chat last night that if England play like that, they'll probably will get to another final soon. I don't see them getting to the final of the World Cup next year, because the confidence is going to be gone anyway because of that. It was a bad way for England to go up, but like I said, karma for what they did to Denmark. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying nothing more than that matter. But there also was a situation in the Italy and England game as well. There was a handball from England, which should have been an Italy penalty. So Italy got robbed of a penalty. So I like how England fans are kicking up a fuss saying like, "Oh, it was an undeserved win. Italy shouldn't win. They cheated." La da da da. It's like, well, you did the exact same thing to Denmark in the semi-finals. You cheated there. You was diving all over the place. You're basically stomping on players for fucking Denmark as well. I'm like, you've just done the exact same thing. I'm like, you're just contradicting yourself though. Playing the victim, now it's happening to you. Yeah. But yeah, I have to laugh at some fans. But it happens with all teams. It's not just England. There's fans in every single countries, international teams where they're like that. But it's mainly evident in England fans. But yeah, the fact that they're kicking up a fuss saying it was undeserved, I'm like, well, what about the penalty that Italy should have had, which they were robbed because of an England player doing a handball? Oh, the Grealish situation where he literally put himself in the situation for the Italy player to stand on him, and then people are kicking up a fuss saying, oh, Italy deliberately, whatever, I can't remember what player it was now, deliberately stood on fucking Grealish's leg. It didn't. I'm like, Grealish put himself in that situation on purpose, if you look at it. It's like, what? It's like, they always have to take like the smallest detail and be so petty about it. It's like, yeah, well, things didn't go way for Italy as well. Italy should have had a penalty. There was a bit of diving going from England. It's karma. It's karma for Denmark, like I said. Italy deserved the win anyway because, like I said, they outplayed England for majority of the game. You can't say Italy didn't deserve it just because of some dirty tackles. Yeah, well, what did England do to Denmark? What about the laser situation at the Denmark game? It all goes hand in hand. And like, you can't just play the victim there just because the players of England have done it themselves. And they've done it in the South and Breathe. Every team does it. Every player now and then, if they see a situation, a dirty tackler, some dirty way to like try and get through, every player does it. You can't. There's plenty of England, but like I said, the Denmark match, it's karma. I've said it a lot now, but yeah, it's karma. But like I said, yeah, they can't just cry dirty cheat and then saying that Italy were dirty cheats and then cry when it happens to them. Like I said, you can't do it. You can't just do it and then cry victim when it's done to your team. Yeah, don't get me started on that. I'm telling you. But like I said, and then England fans are they're currently, it's everywhere. I've seen like nearly every post last night and today just on Italy, basically Italy fans going on about cheating, and I'm like, that's cute. Go watch the Denmark game, you spazzes. It's like, yeah, you absolute spoons. It's like, go watch the Denmark game. There you'll see proper cheating. Yeah, there was the only thing, like I said, was bad on Italy's side, which did give that indication, was obviously the Saka situation where people are saying he got dragged. It was a tactical foul. It was a yellow, not a red. End of game. Yeah, it was a dirty tackle. But like I said, every player does it now and then. If they see a situation like, I'd do it if I was a football player. You was in a situation there, you look around, you're like, right, I'll get a yellow card for this, but I won't get a red card for it. Saka's going to pass up there. so that might give England a goal. I'm going to do a dirty tackle. Yeah, it'll give me a yellow card, not a red, but it'll stop them from potentially getting a goal, which obviously is what that Italy player did. They took the advantage. Yep, yellow card. Yep, dished out. Yep, not a red. That's basically what he did. You can't be telling me that none of the England players, if they was in that same situation, would not do that. Of course they would. Put Jack Grealish in that situation, he'd 100% do it. Say if James Maddison for Leicester, who I support's in that same situation, James Maddison would 100% probably. Any player would do it if they win that situation. It's a tactical foul. It just means that he's a lot cleverer. It just means that him as a defender, he's clever. Yeah, it's a dirty tackle, like I said, but it just means he's a very tactical, clever defender. Don't forget, he's 36 as well, so all that experience, he'll know the ins and outs. And obviously, like I said, yeah, it was a yellow card, not a red. So stop crying about it. It's over. It's done with now. England did. Obviously, I'll give England this. I will congratulate them a bit instead of slacking them off. They've done well to get to the final, even though they cheated against Denmark. Hold your put your head up high. Get my words out. Put your heads up high and just get over it. There'll be other chance in the future. Yeah, you might have to wait another 55 years, but I doubt that. But you just take it with an L. Just take it on the chin. Don't do like I said, don't be an absolute trash pot about it. Even though I've been seeing everywhere videos of fucking vandalism from the England fans, I was like, yeah, you could see why other countries don't like England and they slag them off around. Just take a look at the fans. Majority of them, they're causing vandalism. You should have seen the streets of Trafalgar Square as well. The amount of rubbish and it was absolute. I saw videos of it. It was an absolute disgrace. No one. It's embarrassing. This is why I said there's different reasons for the reasons why I've never supported England. That's one of them, because a lot of the fans are fackle anyway, and they don't set, not all of them, but there's enough to they don't set a good example, especially to kids. Vandalism, trashing the place, absolute disgrace. And like I said, it's not all of them, but there's enough to cause all this. That's one of the reasons why England is known to get like stuff dished at them, because they kind of bring it on themselves because of the fans that are doing this. Like I said, it's not all of them, but like I said, there's enough of them causing it. The videos I've seen, there must have been at least 1,000 fans there doing it. That's a lot. And also the whole situation where they were trying to break into Wembley as well. I was like, oh my God, that is an absolute embarrassment. This is why I'm embarrassed to be English sometimes. I'm like, it's an absolute embarrassment. It's like, why do they do it? I'm like, none of the other fans do it. If they lose, or they don't go around trashing the place and vandalising stuff. And it's like, oh my God. So it's why I'm embarrassed to be English. I wish I wasn't, to be honest. It's an absolute embarrassment sometimes. That's why, like I said, it's one of the main reasons why I don't support England at international. It's because of the fans. It's not the team itself. It's because of the fans. I don't want to be associated with fans that are not going to set a good example, and they're just going to cause all that trouble. It's like, I don't want to be associated with it. That's like as I said, that's one of the reasons why I don't support England. Like I said, it's not all of them. I'm like, there's a lot of them that aren't like that, but it's the ones that like I said, there's enough. It's the ones that do cause that, and it's every time. It's every game as well. Majority of the time, especially if they lose, they do it more so if they lose. It's like they just can't accept defeat. But with the videos that I've seen, I think it's majority of the fans at the moment that did cause all that vandalism. When with Trafalgar Square, our video I've seen, the fans that couldn't get tickets, so they tried to break into Wembley. I was like, what? I mean, there's banter. Don't get me wrong. There's banter. But that's just taking it to a whole new level. That's just disrespectful. I mean, obviously, you're not you're not setting a good example to kids doing that, and for two, it's just an absolute disgrace to football. That's why I said that I don't support England for those specific reasons. That and the fact that I said previously that France was the first international game that I watched, and I enjoyed playing them when I was younger. I enjoyed watching them, should I say, when I was younger, and then obviously I've supported them since. But at least, France fans, don't do that. I mean, yeah, they've done like a little bit here and there, but England just take it to a whole new level. It's just, oh my God. I really wish I wasn't born in this country sometimes, because it's an absolute embarrassment. Just, oh my god, just fucking have some decency, have some respect. It's like, Christ alive. But yeah, I won't rant on about that anymore. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff going on about that. But at the end of the day, that's England fans here. Um, also, there was another situation in the England and Italy game as well, which England fans were saying that Jorginho should have had a red card. Um, but then again, like I said, it was Grealish who made the tackle. So, this is what I mean. They're taking little tiny bits. They're taking it out and being so petty about that. There's this, there's that, there's this. It's like, you lost. You lost fairly. Get over it. Yeah, there was some controversy. I said in the last podcast, there'd be controversy in this final, and I was right. Yeah, but both teams did it. Both Italy and England had situations. Yeah, Italy were a bit more dirty about it. Only one player though, not the entire team. But one player just let Italy down a bit. But like I said, it was yellow, not a red. But like I said, Italy deserved it. Like, yeah, it's over and done with now. Just get over it. I'm like, bloody hell. I'm like, took me a while as well. The fact that I didn't expect France to go out so soon, but you don't see me kicking up a fuss with it. You get over it. A loss is a loss, You respect the team that you lost to. You don't give them verbal abuse. I even saw videos of England fans beating up Italy fans. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, this is just so disrespectful. Like, what the hell are they doing? You should be respecting the team that just beat you, not beating them up. Like, what are you doing? Man, I saw a video as well with like 4 England fans jumping an Italy fan as well. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, I don't even care that I'm swearing in this podcast, but it is. It's absolutely disrespectful. Like I said, you should be respecting the team that you just lost to, not beating them up and throwing verbal abuse. What are they doing? This is what I mean. It's an absolute embarrassment. The people that have done all this should be named and shamed because it's an absolute embarrassment to the country. That's why I said that. I'm embarrassed at times. Absolute embarrassment. They should be named and shamed. I hope that obviously a lot of them they've been caught on camera anyway because there's videos everywhere. Like literally all of last night I was scrolling up on TikTok and all I could see was just England fans just causing so much hassle. Like I said, I saw at least 10 videos of different England fans like giving Italy. The Italy fans weren't doing it though. They were just trying to get on with it, go home from what, leave Wembley and go home. But then, like I said, yeah, the videos are showing that Italy fans were, they're trying to go home. Like I said, the England fans were like giving them verbal abuse and then, they were jumping Italy fans and beating them up. What are they doing? This is what I mean. Absolutely disgraceful. Like, the people that have done it should be absolutely fucking disgraced of themselves. It's an absolute disgusting behaviour. Absolutely disgusting. I dread to differ if they've got kids, because Jesus Christ. Absolutely disgraceful. It should be absolutely disgusting. I won't go into any more of that. I'm just absolutely disgusted. The stuff that even there's some even the England fans as well. They're fucking sending racial slurs to bloody Saka, Sancho and Rashford because they missed penalties. This is what I mean about England. Just in general, it's an absolute embarrassment. This is why I said, this is why I'm embarrassed to be English. Most of the time, it's an absolute embarrassment. I'm like, it's disgusting at the fact what they've done to the Italy fans and still doing after the game's played. And the fact now they're racially abusing their own players. It's just disgusting. Like, why do it? I'm like, this is what I mean about this country and all. It's like, literally, I'm at the situation. As soon as I can get out of this country, I'm gone. Because, like, it's a disgrace. This country in whole is just an absolute shambles. It's disgusting. I'm like, the fact they're still dishing out racial slurs as well. The fact it's to their own fucking team players as well. It's absolutely disgusting. It's just, I just don't know why they do it. And then, but yeah, I won't rant on, a lot about that, but yeah, what's done's done. But yeah, like I said, congratulations to Italy. Bit ashamed at everything that's led up to it after them. Winning the Euros, like I just said. But absolute disgrace. That's all I can say from most of the England fans. Like I said, it's not all the England fans. I do feel sorry for the ones that aren't doing it, but like I said, it's the majority. From what I've seen, anyway. That scrolling through TikTok last night and today, and it's literally nearly every post is just the England fans. There's posts, racial slurs, racism towards England players, or the whole fact that they're dishing out, race. They're even dishing out abuse that's to the fans as well. Obviously, like I said, with the stuff that I've seen, it's just an absolute disgrace. Um, it's just absolutely disgusting. It's like, they should compose themselves. Have class. I'm like, have a bit, like I said before, have respect, have some bloody class. I'm like, just stop doing it. I'm like, what are you? They must get a kick from it because they keep doing it. It's like, I don't see what they're gonna gain from doing it beside, putting the other people like down or whatnot. I just see why people do it. I'm like, just like get some fucking class. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, no wonder people wonder why England's such targeted for everything from every other country. Because it's a shithole. I mean, I'd say 80% of this country is a disgrace. Because, everything that I've witnessed since, growing up as well, I'd say 80% of the country, you've got all these, that cause trouble, this, that. It's just, just look at it all in a whole. Like I said, that's why one of the reasons why I wish I wasn't English for that whole fight, because it's an absolute disgrace. Obviously, will it stop? That's especially the racism stuff. That's what's annoying me the most. The fact that they're dishing out racism to their own English players, like what? And then the whole situation where, they've been sending Italy death threats and all this other players. Especially, obviously I said, the whole situation with Saka. They're sending that Italy player, like, death threats. And it's absolutely disgusting from what I've seen online. It's disgraceful. It's one of the reasons why I don't use Twitter. I only see it, like, say if I'm watching, like, a game or something, obviously the Twitter feed comes up if I'm checking the score or something, if I'm not watching it. It comes up, or most of the time I see it because I'm on TikTok. So if I'm scrolling up on videos, it'll cut. They come up. So I see it mainly on TikTok from scrolling up on the For You page. So it's just England have done this, racism, England throwing this, England. It's always England. This is what I mean. So they play victim like, oh well, it's not all of us. I'm like, well, it's enough to for. You can see where I'm coming from with all of this. Like I said, I do feel sorry for those, obviously, that, like myself and a lot of others that don't cause all that are English. But, like I said, there's enough that are causing it. And it's getting to the situation now where it's becoming a major problem, and, nothing's being done about it. And it's the fact that the government let them get away with it anyway. It's an absolute disgrace. If anything will be done, like I said. It's one of those things, but at the moment, what's happening is happening. But yeah, like I said, the people that have caused it all, especially the England fans and that, they need to take a look at themselves and get the shit together, because it's it's a disgrace, it's disgusting, and it's one of the main reasons why I don't like being English. It's as simple as that, because it's an absolute disgrace. I mean, I want to be in a country where you don't get. Then again, a lot of the country. I don't think there's any country around the world that doesn't have some sort of problems, like maybe like racism or violence. There's everywhere gets it, but England's one of the main targeted areas because targeted countries, should I say, because it mainly happens here. Which, like I said, it's becoming a very big problem, and obviously, like I said, nothing is being done about it. So yeah, I'll stop talking there because I'll do a quick overview now of the Euro. I've ranted on for like a good 15 minutes there of how the fact that most of the England fans are an absolute disgrace. It's true though. The facts are there, the videos are there, the evidence is there, everything's there to point towards, And I said I'm just annoyed at it. That's why I've just ranted on a bit. So I do apologise for some of it, but I've just ranted on because of the stuff I've seen. It's absolutely disgusting. And the fact that nothing will be done about it. The government's on their ass anyway at the moment because of COVID, and they can't focus on that 500 million thing. But the fact that they're not doing anything much about it either, just because there was also, like I said, there was it Gary Neville or was it Ryan Giggs? I can't remember who it was. I think it was Gary Neville or someone else. They were on this morning and something else, and apparently Boris Johnson was promoting racism or something. I didn't read proper much into it, but there was some advisory or something. And yeah, apparently Boris Johnson was promoting racism, which again, well, we all know that the fucking royal family's racist anyway. It's all been proven with the Meghan Markle stuff. But yeah, that's what I mean. that's why I don't like England and all. There's good parts about England, but most of it's just an absolute shithole. Um, so, like I said, if I ever get an opportunity to move, I will 100% do it. Because yeah, to be fair, I've never been happy in this country because of, since growing up and all the shit that goes on anyway. It's an absolute disgrace of a country. But what can you do about it? If I had the money, I would. I'd gladly 100% move. But at the moment, I can't. Hopefully, once I've done my PhD and all that, if I get a good paid job or, if my scripts or anything goes anywhere, then yeah, I'm 100% gone. And I ain't coming back. Well, I'll come back. The only time I'll come back will just, like, say if, my mom, my parents or whatnot don't move, or if they stay in the country. That's the only time I'd come to visit. But I wouldn't come back in all. But yeah, you'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, if I ever do get the chance, I'm gone. 100% gone. So we'll do a quick overview now of, obviously, the awards have been dished out for Euro 2020 anyway. Obviously, the Golden Boot winner was Cristiano Ronaldo, who had 5 goals, 1 assist in 4 matches. Bit gutted at the fact that Ronaldo's got it. The fact that they didn't even get to the semi-quarter final. So I'm a bit gutted there. That no one else overtook it. I would have thought one of Italy plays that. I was expecting like a Mobile to maybe do it, or Casper Dolberg. But it's unfortunate. Obviously, Ronaldo's got it, so congrats to Ronaldo for getting the Golden Boot winner. Obviously, the Silver Boot winner was Patrick Schick for Czech Republic. He got 5 goals as well in 5 matches. So the only reason Ronaldo got the Golden Boot was because of that assist. So it would have been Schick if not. So a bit unfortunate for Schick there, but he obviously got the Silver Boot winner. And then obviously the Bronze Boot winner was Karim Benzema for obviously France. He got 4 goals in 4 matches. Like I said, if France did progress and we didn't get knocked out against Switzerland, I reckon Benzema probably might have done it as well. He probably would have got the Golden Boot. So, a bit unfortunate there, but obviously he got the Bronze Boot. The Golden Ball, which was the player of the tournament, went to Italy's goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. So congratulations to him for getting the Golden Ball. The young player of the tournament went to Pedri, Spanish player. I didn't really watch Spain's games, really, so I don't know how he played or whatnot. So either or, congratulations to him for getting the young player of the tournament. Some records and statistics now after, obviously, they were the awards which were dished out. The most goals scored were obviously Italy. They scored 13 goals in 7 matches. Spain also got 13 goals, but they got it in 6 matches. So technically, Spain were a little bit better on that retrospect. The least goals scored was Finland, Turkey and Scotland with 1 goal in 3 matches. And then obviously the best defence was England. They conceded 2 goals conceded in 7 matches. The worst defence of the tournament for goals, it was Ukraine. 10 goals conceded in 5 matches. Bit surprised there. I thought it might have been North Macedonia that got the most goals slapped in there. And I said with goals, yeah, obviously Ronaldo 5, Schick got 5, Benzema 4. They're the top 3, gold, bronze, and silver. But then you did have Emil Forsberg for Sweden, who did 4 and 4. Romelu Lukaku for Belgium did 4 and 5. And obviously Euro 2020 top 5 playmakers. Obviously Steven Zaber for Switzerland, 4 assists in 4 matches. Dani Olmo for Spain got 3 assists in 5 matches. Luke Shaw for England got 3 assists in 6 matches. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg for Denmark got 3 assists in 6 matches. And Memphis Depay for Netherlands got 2 assists in 4 matches. Euro 2020 top 5 goalkeepers. Jordan Pickford, obviously, for England, got 5 clean sheets in 7. Tobias Courtois for Belgium got 3 clean sheets in 5 matches. Gianluigi Donnarumma got 3 clean sheets in 7 for Italy. Thomas Vaclik for Czech Republic got 2 clean sheets in 5. And Robin Olsen for Sweden got 2 clean sheets in 4 matches. And obviously, Euro 2020 had the most own goals scored in the entire tournament for any other tournament of Euro. I think this was the one for the most own goals, because there was 11 in total, which Marie Demare for Turkey scored one of the own goals. Wojciech, I can't remember how to pronounce, Poland goalkeeper, scored 1. Mats Hummel for Germany Ruben Dias for Portugal, Rafael Guerreiro for Portugal, Lucas Hordecke for Finland, Martin Dubravka, I can't say his last name, for Slovakia, Gerard Koka for Slovakia, Pedro for Spain, Dennis Zakaria for Switzerland, and Simon Kjaer for Denmark. They were all the own goals scored. Like I said, there was 11 in total, and I think that's the most for any other Euro. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure it is the most own goals scored in a Euro tournament. From like not acknowledge anyway. I think it was anyway. I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that, please. Do not hold me to that. But yeah, as I said, in total as an overall, this probably has been one of the better Euro tournaments, probably since in the last since 2002, 2002, whenever, since like the 2000 started, last 21 years, shall we say. It's probably been one of the best Euro tournaments. Well, I fully enjoyed it anyway. Like I said, I'm a bit gutted that France got knocked out, but I think the best Euro for me was the year. Obviously France were runners up. It was 2016, last one. A bit gutted we lost that one. But yeah, I think this has been one of the better Euro tournaments of late anyway, that I've fully enjoyed anyway. Obviously the World Cup next year, that's going to be a very interesting tournament next summer. Who will win it? I have no idea. No idea. It's one of the, until we know every team that's in there, you can't really say anything at the moment because we don't know who teams are in there. The groups, who's in what group. Until that's been announced, that you can't really say. I can say who who I'd like to win. Obviously, I'm going to say France because that's my own team. But no, to be fair, I see us getting to the quarters and getting knocked out for France. I hope we do. I hope we get further in the quarterfinals. But yeah, I don't see France. I don't see France or England getting past the quarters for World Cup. It's just without, especially how we've been playing of late in the Euros. I don't think France is going to get it. That I could be wrong. You never know. Because we're the current champions of World Cup because we won it last in 2018. I could be totally wrong. We could, because we're the defending champions. We could win it again. I highly doubt we'll win it again. But I think it's going to be a little bit easier for some clubs now because you've got like Germany now that and the fact that Joachim Law's gone now. Germany's going to decline, so they're going to be a team which are going to be a lot easier to beat. So you've got Germany out there; they're not going to be anywhere near. And then you get all the other lower clubs, that like Austria and all that. But you don't even look at Switzerland this year. It could be an underdog that gets to the final. You can't just say it's going to be one of the bigger clubs like Italy, France, England, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Uruguay. And all the other clubs that are going to be in there. Paraguay's, now and then they're that's what I mean. Some of them are underdogs. You can't rule them out. But it's one of those things. But yeah, like I said, for the World Cup, I can't really say at the moment where who's going to get where on that. Obviously, until we know who's qualified properly, and then the groups. Who's in what groups, then you can kind of make a judgment of, make like a prediction thing. Like I said at the moment, because nothing's, in stone at the moment, because some clubs might not even qualify at the moment, but, for now, what it is what it is. But, like I said, I can tell you a couple of games which I'd like, but obviously, if they happen, I don't, imagine, a Brazil and Argentina final like it was in the Copa de America, and obviously Argentina won that, so, congratulations to Argentina for winning the Copa de America. I don't think I mentioned any of the Copa de America in, or is it Copa, however you pronounce it. I don't think I've even mentioned any of that in this Euro podcast because obviously I've been focusing more on Euro. But yeah, congratulations anyway. It goes out to Argentina for winning that. So yeah, so just imagine if you had like, especially for the World Cup, like two like underdog teams. They knock out, like, say they knock out France, they knock out Italy, something, or England, or something in the groups, and they don't qualify. You have one like two. Imagine something like a Paraguay versus Austria final, or Paraguay versus. I'm trying to think of all the World Cup teams. There's so many, and obviously it changes each year because some qualify, some don't qualify. Like I'm saying, just imagine like the underdog final, like two teams that you wouldn't even expect to get past group stage. It's them in the final. I'd prefer something like that. I want something unexpected. I don't want something that's like expected. I want something like unexpected, like wow, like how the hell have they managed to get to someone's, like Denmark have done for this tournament. The fact that they got to the semi final was fucking. It was really impressive. That, and like I said, I'm a bit gutted that they didn't get to the final when they should have. I want something like that. You want something unexpected to happen, and that's what I'm expecting from the World Cup next year. Just imagine, like I said, you've got teams like Egypt in there, and obviously you've got more Salah for Egypt anyway. So you can see Egypt doing quite well this time round, I reckon. That's if they qualified. I don't know who's qualified and who hasn't, because I haven't really looked up the World Cup, to be honest. I don't really do look it up until like the groups are announced. I don't really follow on who's qualifying and who's not, unless it's like teams that France go against, or like England, because obviously I see it because I'm mates mainly that support England, but I see it on there, I see it now, but yeah, but you've got other teams like the World Cup's a big thing. But like I said, the World Cup next year is going to be very interesting because it could go anywhere. Especially with Italy now winning the Euro. Italy have that little bit more advantage. I don't think Italy are going to get to the final of the Euro. They already did and they won it. To World Cup, should I say? I don't see that happening. Especially with teams like I said, you got Argentina, Brazil, Colombia. But you've got a lot better team and a lot of squads that are a hell of a lot better than some Euro teams, which the bigger teams have faced. So if they get put in a group with teams like that, so say if France got put in a team and Argentina, Brazil are in there, I don't see France getting through. They probably will, because Argentina now are a team that they're declining a bit, because obviously Messi's getting on an age. And the squad's not as strong as what it used to be, especially in like Messi's like younger years. But then Brazil's still Brazil's a real. I don't know why, but I see Brazil getting to the final. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I'm thinking Brazil might push to the final. If I could be wrong, like I said, I could be completely wrong. Brazil might not even get out of the group stage. But I don't know why, but I just see Brazil getting all the way to the final. Like I said, could be wrong, but I see Brazil for some strange, bizarre reason getting to the final. But imagine if another underdog team. Imagine Australia. Imagine Australia or something like Iceland or something got to the final. It'd be absolutely crazy. Or if then again, Mexico. Mexico did quite well in the last World Cup, didn't they? Well, I know they beat Germany in the group stage of Mexico. I can't remember where Mexico led now. Without looking it up, I'm trying to go off knowledge here without looking stuff up. But I know they definitely beat Germany in the group stage in the last World Cup, did Mexico. And then I know Switzerland did quite well, because I know they drew against Brazil in the group stage of Switzerland. That's why I know I was surprised. I think everyone was surprised that Switzerland did so well, and the fact they beat France. But they did quite well in the last World Cup as well. Did they qualify for this is what I mean. I don't know without looking it up, because this is like 3 years ago now. So without actually looking everything up properly and getting my knowledge back on track for like that, I can't really remember everything that happened for World Cup. But like I say, yeah, there were a couple of stuff in the last one that went there and then. But imagine Panama qualify again. I know England absolutely trashed them in the last World Cup. Was it like 6-1 or something? 7-1, 6-7-1, something like that. Got absolutely pounced on them. So there's some teams in there which I'm thinking from last World Cup, which from what I can remember, I don't think they're going to qualify. So I think there's going to be a few teams that maybe, like I said, I don't know what teams are what, like in the league, I don't know who's qualified and who's not at the moment, like without actually looking up the tables, that the qualifying tables, without looking them all up, I wouldn't know who's were. But I don't know if there's any teams there at the moment that could qualify or have or whatnot that are unexpected without actually, looking up the the qualifying group stages. But yeah, like I said, the Euro 2020 overall tournament is, it's been quite good. I've enjoyed it. Quite a lot of controversy, like I've already mentioned. I'm not going to repeat myself, but we'll still be sat here in 2 hours' time just ranting on about England in general being a shithole, but yeah, overall, like I said, it's been pretty decent, good tournament. Like I said, once again, congratulations. Go out to Italy for winning the Euro 2020. Fully well deserved. People are like, no, I really don't care what your opinion is. My opinion, my podcast. But yeah, like I said, congratulations Italy. Despite that one little incident which certain fans can't get over. But yeah, anyway, congratulations to them. We'll end the podcast there anyway. Now for that's Euro 2020 done. There'll be no more football for these podcasts now until the World Cup next year. If I do a podcast next summer on the World Cup, which I more than likely will do if I'm still doing this podcast, which I more than likely will be doing. Obviously, because we've done 7 episodes on you, and obviously I did start off the podcasts with one of those paranormal podcasts. So the next few podcasts now, which will be left of this series, I think there's 4 left. Yeah, there will be 9, 10, 11, and 12. Obviously, like I said, last podcast, episode 9, which is the next one, will be a podcast on mythical creatures. I'm currently just planning that out at the moment. I don't know when I'll put the next one up yet. It might be a little break, and then you'll get all 4 together. Not together. I'm not going to want all 4 together. You know what I mean. But I'm currently just tying things up for these last 4 podcasts. So then I've got the material there. I've got the evidence there for some of the stuff, so I can back up some of my claims. My opinions on stuff. I need to back up my claims because I want to make these last 4 podcasts really good. Obviously, because 3 of them are going to be on true stuff. I want to get proper good evidence in there, so I'm trying to dive into stuff to try and find proper good evidence to back up stuff. Obviously, whatever I'm saying as well, I want to try and get evidence to back up my claims as well. So then you can make it a quite interesting podcast. Obviously, like I said, the next one will be on mythical creatures like Chihulu. So obviously, it's not a real podcast. This one, like a true story one. It's just on mythical creatures in general. Mainly, it's going to be on Lovecraftian stuff. So if you're into stuff like that, Lovecraft works and stuff like that, diving into that sort of horror stuff, then you will like this next podcast. It's a very interesting podcast. Obviously, I haven't recorded it yet. Like I said, I will get done when it gets done. I'm currently just trying to plan out these last thoughts. Then I know what's what. And then obviously the podcast after the next, which will be episode 10 of 12, is a True Stories podcast. Like I said, I'm still planning that out yet. I don't know what true stories I'm going to put into that one yet because episode 11 is going to be true crime podcast, so some disturbing true crimes that happened, and then I'm going to try and figure out myself, become some sort of detective, and try and digest those crime scenes and see if I can come down with an answer to see if what happened with those crimes and to see if the real reports, what's been reported, is actually true. So I'm going to try and do a bit of detective work for episode 11 for that true crime one. So I'm going to try and put my skills and my knowledge together. That's why I'm trying to make these last 4 really good. So I'm going to try and put my own knowledge and stuff onto stuff. So that's why I'm saying I need to do a bit more digging into the stuff that I'm doing to make sure that the evidence is there. My claims are being backed up and everything else. Like I said, I want them to be really good. And then obviously episode 12, which will be the last one, will be a comparison of true stories and then the movie adaptation. So it'll be comparing the two, seeing what's been changed, basically discussing why, in my opinion, they've been changed from the real source material and why certain stuff didn't go in the movies or why they added it, took stuff out, why it was changed and everything. So like I said, it's that again. I need to get stuff together, links together, and then what I'm talking about as well. I need to remember where I've said it. So then, if you want to look up what I'm talking about, then I'll just be like da 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 da. You look it up here, da 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 da. Then obviously, then move on to the next topic or subject or whatever I'm doing that on. So yeah, these last 4 are going to be interesting. They're going to be interesting to record as well. But obviously, like I said, I need to get everything together first. Especially the stuff which I'm saying to make sure it's truthful. I mean, to make sure what I'm saying is correct. I don't want to say stuff that isn't correct. Get. Well, I do that on most podcasts anyway. Especially if I'm talking about stuff. Usually, the podcasts I've done previously is just me with my own opinions and stuff. It's not actual credited. Opinionated stuff especially the fact that I'm going on true stories now and crime reports and that. I need to make sure I get the right evidence, because sometimes you can find stuff online and it's someone else's opinion and it's not actually an accredited, the proper report. Especially for that crime one that I'm doing, I need to make sure that the reports I get, like police reports or whatnot, are actual police reports and reports that have actually been reported, and the actual things are not like a fake one. I need to make sure that they're actually real as well. So there are sites you can go on. There is like police sites and like sites like that you can go on to get like real, true, proper crime stuff like that unsolved crimes as well. I'm gonna add a couple of those in there as well. I'm gonna try and do a couple of unsolved crime ones and see if I can like dive into them. It'll be quite impressive if whilst I'm doing that podcast, if I do one of those unsolved crimes and I actually do solve it. That'll be quite impressive. I doubt that'll happen, like, but I'll try my best. But obviously, yeah, like I said, I need to look everything up and make sure everything's there. So yeah, there might be a little wait on the next episode 9. I don't know how long. I can't give you a specific time frame. I need to plan all these last 4 out. Because at the moment I'm still planning. Well, I'm not planning. I'm prepping the third series, and then the 4 specials, which come like Christmas and New Year. So I'm prepping them as well. And then obviously I've been working on the horror podcast audio series, which I'm planning to release early next year. Which I've already said, which will be 10 episodes, which will be written by myself. Which I've said, they're basically mini short films in audio form. Obviously based on different things. Obviously Chihulu's going to be in there. I'm going to like a Chihulu Lovecraftian one. They'll be about 10 to 15 minutes long each. They're not going to be a length like really, really, really long, because I've got to actually edit them with sound effects. I'm going to get some of my mates to do some voiceovers and some voice work in it as well. So it's going to be time consuming, that, especially when I've got to edit. It's not just like this where you just talk, edit, cut stuff down, right, pause like that. It's going to be actual sound. It's going to be proper edited with sound effects, music. It's going to be like like I said, a short film in audio forms, those 10 episodes. So I say early next year. It might be a bit later. It might be like April time. We'll just see how that goes along. Because like I said, I've got to script everything, and then I need to get out the sound effects. I need to start testing stuff, like record testing and all that for all that other stuff. So we'll just see where we go from there. But yeah, final Euro 2020 podcast done. I thought you've enjoyed these 7 episodes, which I have done for Euro 2020. I should have split it up, really. I should have just done an entire 7-8 episode thing on Euro for one part of the season, instead of doing like episode 1 about paranormal and supernatural and stuff, and then episode 2 football. it just doesn't mix in, does it? Like I said, the next series onwards, which I've already planned, which of podcasts aren't going to be like that. Which is just going to be like the themes are going to be similar. I'm not just going to like mix and match it up. Even though it keeps it interesting, but the fact that you're going from supernatural, paranormal stuff and that to football straight after, it's a bit bizarre, and it doesn't fit the theme. You need to have, each series needs to have its own theme and like feel to it. Like obviously the first season was horror, so it was mainly horror. So you had all that feel to it. But obviously you had like a music production one I did in there, and then me talking about being friend zoned and like love advice and all. So that's what I mean. I need to find a theme for each bit and stick to it. Which I don't know what to do for season 3 at the moment, but yeah. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed these Euro ones. Unfortunately, now it's all over. It's all over and done with. But yeah, as again, apologies for ranting on. Like I said about the England stuff. It's just it's just rattled me a little bit. Seeing it all, and the fact that I'm constantly seeing it. It's mainly football that happens. It's not just football, but it's mainly the fact that I was seeing every video near enough, and flicking to. I go on TikTok for I go on it to like when you're bored or something, you just want to sit back and chill, scroll through TikTok, have a laugh at videos and whatnot that on there, which I didn't do yesterday because, like I said, all I was seeing was just England causing violence, racism from England fans. That's all I was seeing all last night, and I go onto TikTok to fucking just go on videos, memes, laugh at other people doing videos, and like I said, all I was seeing last night was just absolutely disgusting and disgraceful stuff off England fans. And just English people in general. It was absolutely disgusting. That's why I ranted on for quite a while earlier, because I was just very rattled. It's just disgusting. But like I said, I'm not going to rant on anymore about that. But yeah, my apologies if you are offended by that. But it's the hard truth. It's just the hard truth of majority of English people. Like I said, not everyone's the same. Like I said, I do feel sorry for people that aren't like that, like myself and all my mates and all that, and everyone else. Like I said, it's like I said, it's not most. It's just there's enough that's causing it. That's it's becoming an issue for this country, and like I said, it's one of the reasons why a lot of the other countries don't like this country, which I can kind of agree with. So yeah, my apologies if you're offended by that, but like I said, it's like I said, I'm not targeting it at every single. If I was, I'd be If I was targeting it to every single English person, I'd be targeting it to myself as well. I'd be saying that I'm a fucking violent person and causing hassle, which I'm not, and a lot of other people aren't. Like I've said, it's just like I said, there's enough that are causing it for it to becoming a major issue. So yeah, like I said, apologies there if some of you have been offended by that, but it's like it's an issue that obviously I wanted to get off my chest anyway, especially with what the videos and everything else that I was seeing was an absolute disgrace. And I think a lot of people will agree with me with what I've said anyway. And like I said, I feel sorry for those that aren't like that, but like I said, there's enough that are causing it. And hopefully something gets done soon, because it's an issue which needs raising. And obviously the government aren't doing anything about it, especially the whole what they call it, football hooligan. Get my words out. Football hooliganism. It's been around since the beginning of football, but it's just of late it's been coming. It's been coming a lot evident. Especially, and it's like I said, it's mainly English people that are doing it. I might just take a look at the Italy stuff that's all happening there, and that whole German girl thing as well. At first, it was just memes. It was a funny thing towards that German girl, but then it started taking a dark turn from stuff I was seeing. It was like, yeah, it's like we're having a laugh. It's like a lot of people weren't. It's like, yeah, just stop it now, because you're offending German fans now. I was like, stop. This is what I mean. England fans just don't know when to stop. It's like, yeah, they're having banter and having a laugh. Yeah, some things, yeah, that's fine. But they just don't know when to stop. And that's the issue that with many people. It's like they don't know when to stop. Yeah, you can have a laugh and a banter at something like you could probably do with the Italy thing. You get your rage out, whatnot. Yeah. But then you stop it. But that's the issue with English fans. Or English people in general. They just don't know when to stop. Some of them. They don't know when to, just stop what they're saying, like, before it gets any worse. They just continue down that road, and it's just like, oh, for God's sake. But yeah, anyway, we'll stop there on that note anyway. So yeah, like I said, the next podcast will be up once it's done. I'm just currently getting a couple of other stuff ready together for some of the stuff, because just getting some of the other links and everything else together for the next one. Obviously, it's not going to take me as long as for the true story ones, because obviously that stuff I've got to get proper credited stuff. I'm actually looking through police reports and all that for true crime stuff at the moment, like crime stuff, unresolved and resolved, and then so those last three, the true crime, the true stories and true crime one, they're going to be quite lengthy. Just because I don't want to put too much in there and then make the podcast too long, but I want to get quite a lot of informative information into those podcasts and try and make them interesting as I can, and edit it to a point where it is quite well done. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it might be a few weeks now until the episode 9 goes up, because I'm working on some other stuff. There's a script which I'm wanting to finish off by the end of this month. So then you might not get the next episode now till next month. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, there might be a mini break so I can work on a couple of other stuff. But fret not, I'm not just ending them like that. They're not just going to end and I'm not going to do any more. I am like doing other stuff, but I'm focusing on a couple of other stuff at the moment. And obviously, I want to get on with a couple more of Twitch streams as well, because I was slacking on that. I was only doing like one every week. There was like a 2-week where I only did one in 2 weeks. And I know a couple of people have been asking me about those as well. So I'll kind of try and fit my time around as much stuff as I can. I can only do so much. And then obviously some days you can't be bothered doing anything, and you just want to just watch, binge watch stuff on Netflix. So I want time to do that as well as doing all this productive stuff as well. I don't want to just be focused on doing stuff and then not relaxing myself, because then I'll overdo it, and then I'll just go on like I did do last time. Is I'll overdo it, and then I won't do anything for weeks and weeks and months on end. I won't do anything productive. I just need to split my time accordingly. But yeah, thank you for watching all of this Euro stuff if you have done as well. Or you've enjoyed the first 8 episodes. Like I said, these last 4 are going to be a lot more interesting, I think, than than the Euro stuff. A lot more interesting because if you enjoy all that stuff, the true stories, true crime stuff, and all that, then watch this space. That's all I'm saying. Because some stuff that I'm doing on it is quite interesting, especially the crime stuff. A lot of violent stuff, and a lot of it's unresolved. So I'll see if I can put my detective skills to the Bravo and see if we can actually discover and undercover what went wrong. So yeah, as I said, thank you for watching, listening to this, and I will see you when I see you next.